Feels like 2020 again, except the difference being that everyone is much more prepared this time, and everyone also got warning about the impending lockdown, which of course has led to panic buying, which is a little bit strange, because it's not the type of panic buying from 2020 where people legit didn't know what was going to happen, and it was panic buying. Now it's more like the tragedy of the commons type buying, where people know that everything's going to be fine, but that other people are going to want to stock up to avoid not being able to buy anything, because other people bought too much. So then they buy too much, and then it's all gone. But all anyone buys is vegetables. It's always the vegetables, so just, they're gone. But how long are the vegetables going to last? 4 days? Maybe? Then what? Well, they're going to bring more food. So what was the point? Practice your vegetable throwing out skills? It's clear that no one is actually worried. Everyone's just standing bored in an orderly line, but still, check out this line. Not worth it. Oh, and this little guy was left all alone. I thought about buying him and bringing him home as a quarantine pet, but the line. For some people though, they really don't have a choice. Having a lockdown warning means that they've got to choose. Work at home? Or home at work.
也不是第一次了。
你们住几天啊？
不知道，通知呗。
天哪！
后面有的是。
就住办公室吗？
嗯，你们办公室都有床的。
哦，所以你们今天都是回家拿东西然后回来。
对。
辛苦了。
没事。要养3饭。
你喜欢这样还是不喜欢这样？无所谓。
If you can't work from home, better make sure you got all the food you can at work, especially if you work for a delivery company. These guys were buying up Carrefour's entire supply of instant noodles. The lifeblood of a delivery driver. I gotta give props to Shenzhen for keeping things running as smoothly as possible through lockdowns. Restaurants are allowed to stay open, but only for delivery. Same with grocery stores. And the delivery drivers are allowed to ignore quarantine and go out and do their jobs.
你们可以回家，然后还可以出来。
我们那个小区没事就可以啊。
但是他没有，他说明天全部要不可以出了。
报备一下就行了。
你们作为快递，就是外卖是可以的。
对对，报备，小区门口报备一下。
你们好幸运啊，还可以出来。
我们冒着生命危险为共产党做事的。
这个不能进。
我们不干活，深圳的人饿死了，好多人不会做饭的。
辛苦你们。那你们觉得有影响吗？
没有影响。
没有影响。
Come to think of it, their jobs actually keep getting easier. No traffic, and they don't have to find individual apartments and then hope that people answer the door immediately so they can quickly get moving to the next delivery. And they probably get more orders that they can do faster. And then they drop it off at the front gate and move on. Sounds like a pretty sweet gig, and they're not stuck at home every day? Get me a job application. Quarantine delivery driving.
你们可以不用上班，我们要上班。
Well, so now all that's left is figuring out what I'm gonna do for the next week in citywide quarantine. Hey, wait, I'm still allowed out. What happened to citywide quarantine? I guess they only close off your community if there's cases in your area. Although there isn't really anywhere to go, since they closed all the public places, including parks. So...
Some motherfucking Doghouse Battle Cat collaboration right here. You know this motherfucker bang. Straight West Coast style. Peep the script. I bang with the gang that don't need no intro. We run from East Long Beach to West South Central. Credentials to kick flows and rip shows. Dip foes and pimp hoes while the end don't blow. You know that West Coast low mentality. Focused on reality, but living in a whole nother galaxy. We keep it straight horrible for the spot. Bang and snatch chains in the...
Alright, I'm bored. Now what?
Oh, wow.
I guess it's time to find out the answer to the age-old question. Is there more sugar in the velvet latte or the thick milk latte?
Collaboration right here. You know this motherfucker bang. Straight West Coast style. With the gang that don't need no intro. We run from East Long Beach to West South Central. Credentials to kick flows and rip shows. Dip foes and pimp hoes.
4 grams more sugar. Yup. I'm sure you were wondering. I also bought myself a nice quarantine pasta maker. Check this out. Some quarantine pasta and... What? I can't hear you! And here's my wonderful non-makeshift pasta drying rack. Beautiful.
Day 2.
Well, turns out my community was just a day late. Guess I am on lockdown. Everyone's allowed outside to play in the community, but 1 person per house is allowed outside the community once every 2 days. For 1 hour. I was kind of expecting something spectacular, but it's basically the same as usual, except with a time limit. I went to a local shop to get my vegetables and found that there were a lot of shops that were half open, ready to close, just in case they got caught. Only food places are allowed open right now. I didn't film it though, for their sake. I feel pretty lucky though, since living in this type of community, I'm allowed to go outside and do whatever I want as long as it's within the community gates. People in the other communities where it's just their building and they don't have a living community aren't allowed out at all, and instead have their food brought to them. Although, that's basically Blue Apron, the service, which people normally have to pay for. And they don't even have to subscribe to the service, you lucky bastards! Not sponsored. Although I wish it was sponsored. Wanna sponsor me, Blue Apron? Some people aren't as lucky though. Coordinating getting everyone food in some areas became so much of a burden, they had to just move everyone into hotels, and then arrange people to come and take care of their pets. And some of the Why My drivers can't go back to their communities because of the new rules, so they need to find places to sleep at night so they can continue working. Some of the Why My drivers can't go back to their communities because of the new rules, so they need to find places to sleep so they can continue working. Alright, I guess don't sign me up. I think I'm happy sticking with online teaching. As of this recording, lockdown for me, piece of cake. Must be pretty terrible for some people though. I'm honestly quite amazed that the city's able to handle the logistics of all this. Everything from the testing system to on-the-fly policies. Man, I can only imagine how complicated this must be for the people organizing it all.
Girl, are you mad? Are you depressed? Are you upset? You need a bag. Come to my live today, you will see a big discount. Be square, see you soon, honey. I will cheer you up.
Oh, one more thing. There's no shortage of videos telling people to persevere. The same video over and over and over again is getting kinda stale.
加油深圳！
深圳的速度，深圳的深圳，真正可以的深圳，骄傲的深圳，深圳慢下来了，深圳队长们，深圳力量，深圳速度，深圳相信深圳，深圳加油！
But you know what's not getting stale? My patrons, who I'd love to thank for continuing to support me. So thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Joshua Eli Gassett. Thanks, Mark Proctor. Thanks, Fauxpas. Thanks, Taylor Sharkey. Thanks, John Smith, which is not your real name. Thanks, Stephen and Christy. Thanks, Salman Banana. Thanks, Trevor Dung. Thanks, Matt M. Thanks, Wayne Sweat. Thanks, Suzanne Corwin. Thanks, Tranquility. Thanks, Bill Raffo, aka Chase 07470. Thanks, wait, that's it.